So this week, I want to continue our mini-series on raising disciple makers. Last week, we talked through this idea of spiritual legacy, so be sure to check that out if you didn't see that yet. But this week, I want to get into the progression and the steps of how to raise someone up from the ground up to become effective disciple makers themselves. So I'm going to take a 4-step process that Carl George came up with a while back and just tweak it a little bit. But this first week, we're going to look at the first step. I do, you watch, we talk, right? I do, you watch, we talk. And what this means is that if you're wanting to raise someone up in leadership or disciple making, in my personal opinion, you need to invite them into your life. They need to see everything. They need to see you when you're leading and when you're discipling. They need to see you when you're seeking the Lord. They need to see you when you're at home with your family, when you're angry, when you're in the zone, when things are good, when things are bad. They need to be behind the scenes watching you live your life as a follower of Jesus. You know, some of the best times of my personal discipleship was when discipleship wasn't officially happening. But I was in my disciple maker's home watching him just live life with his family and his wife. It's these caught moments that are huge. They are huge and they need to be seen. So take your disciple behind the scenes. Let them see things that other people don't. Don't just show them the finished product. Show them the process of how to get there. Let them see the building blocks of your daily schedule. Let them see what your spiritual disciplines look like for you. Let them see how you handle stress and relationships. See, all these things are what healthy disciples need to see. Remember, it's the I do and you watch and we talk about it. This is step one, right? But it's hard to tell somebody to do something they've never seen done before. So make sure that they see everything that they need to see and they can see it in your life. Now, the third part of this equation is usually what's gets overlooked, but it is critically important, okay? After the I do and you watch piece, there's the need to talk about it. You've got to debrief on what just happened and give them the why behind it. Not talking about it would be like a football coach telling his players to memorize plays and then have them run those plays with no verbal commentary before, during, or after practice. That's just terrible coaching. Yet a lot of times, this is the way we try to make disciples. So be sure to process and give the reasoning behind what you do. Why do you pray? Seems simple, but that's a super important question. Why do you parent the way you do? Why did you give that waiter a big tip at the restaurant when he had absolutely terrible service, right? These are the types of discipleship moments that happen when you debrief and you talk about it. See, you want the light bulbs going off so they're not just robotically reproducing actions without knowing the heart behind it and why they're doing things. This is a dangerous place to be. When you have disciples doing things that they don't even know why they're doing it, this is how Pharisees are born and raised. So can we just agree that we're just not going to go there? Give them the why behind it, and you do that through talking through it. Okay, so step one of raising a disciple maker from the ground up is by living this out. I do, you watch, we talk. Check out next week for step number 2.